Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone having a wonderful day. Rebel News fans of the Duggar family are shocked by the main family rule that Jessa and her husband Ben have broken in a recent snapshot. At a restaurant over the weekend, Jessa, 29, took a picture of her husband and their oldest son, Spurgeon. Reddit commenters questioned whether or not the huge orange drink, which appeared to be a cocktail, contained alcohol after the picture was reposted there. The thread's original poster wrote the following. Someone posted this in a Facebook group and inquired about Ben's alcohol consumption. What do you guys think? I personally think it's a virgin beverage. Fans had differing opinions. Some agreed that it was probably alcohol-free, while others believed Ben and Jessa may have emulated other more rebellious Duggars. Commenter 1 stated, I seriously doubt it's booze. Ben is just too enthusiastic about the Kool-Aid to do that in public.
A different person said, Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if he drinks occasionally, but if anything, it would be concealed in his own kitchen after the kids are in bed. Another person wrote, I've previously observed 2 of his sisters drinking alcohol. Maybe, however, I continue to lean away from alcohol. Fourth commenter, it's probably simply a big glass of orange juice, judging from the little hands going for it, and his lack of care. The majority of the Duggar family adheres to rigorous guidelines for their behavior, how they should dress, and other things. Amy Tells All, a member of the Duggars' extended family named Amy Duggar, has talked openly with The Sun about the criticism she received for not living up to the standards established by Uncle Jim Bob. She argues that because she was raised by her mother Dina in a far less rigid environment, she was criticized for her immodest style. Amy remembered, I was climbing trees in pants and colorful clothes. I was a ruffian tomgirl. I adored being outside and in nature. I could date and I like music. I would act in all the ways that typical children and teenagers would act. I was well known for being the black sheep. I was like the wild cousin, though they would never call me the black sheep. Despite being a normal, regular person, according to Amy's style and hobbies, she was portrayed as the bad, crazy girl. I was like, what the heck, she continued. Why do they think I'm crazy? They couldn't stay in my car overnight, and neither could I wondered, what did I do? In response to a number of situations. Why am I so mistaken? Now I see it more as a safety precaution. Amy acknowledged that her cousins had definitely criticized her, but she argued that they simply didn't know better. I'm a little different than they were, but that didn't make me wrong, she said. I wasn't speaking like they were, and I wasn't dressing like they were. I had TV access. They really couldn't go to the movies or the mall, but I could. It distinguished myself without actually trying. Growing up, they were protected. Although Amy is frequently portrayed as the Duggar who disobeys the most, she is not the only one. Duggar discriminations. Her cousins Jonna, Jill, Jinger, and others have started donning short dresses, jeans, and slash or baring their shoulders. I'm quite proud of them, Amy added in reference to her cousins breaking her uncle's regulations. All of them are incredibly sweet. They are developing and growing. That's what we're all doing. It's thrilling to observe. Jill is viewed as being quite rebellious and is currently cut off from her family. She has been spotted drinking beer, wearing jeans, having piercings, and sending her kids to public school. In 2021, she talked openly about being estranged from her family and the difficulties she had to overcome. Heartbreak for Jill. In a recent YouTube video, Jill and her husband Derek responded to queries from viewers regarding their divorce. The reality star couple chatted with their followers about family, science, and enneagrams while they sat on their couch. Following the question from a fan, do y'all ever visit the large house? Jill clarified, my parents live in a large house. Aside from once to check the mail, we haven't actually gone there in a while, possibly a couple years. There are certain limitations, she acknowledged, but she also said, we just feel like in this season of life, we have to prioritize our mental and emotional health and all that. In this season of life for us, with a lot going on in our own lives, our threshold as I like to call it, is just a little bit lower, the author says. Then Derek said, there are a lot of triggers there, in reference to the Duggar home. Additionally, COVID basically makes it much more difficult at the moment by attempting to keep our group narrow, among other things, Jill added. We prefer for it not to remain that way, but for the time being, that's where we are. Since the family patriarch failed to pay the young parents for their appearances on Counting On, they have broken away from Jim, Bob, Michelle, and the rest of the family over the past few years. Since then, Jill has given up some modesty and her parents' stringent rules in favor of a more lazier lifestyle. This past June, Derek talked exclusively to the son about their separation from the rest of the family, claiming that Jim Bob forbade them from going to the house unless he was there. The father of two said, I think he's really concerned about the influence we might have on his children. Since the family patriarch failed to pay the young parents for their appearances on Counting On, they have broken away from Jim, Bob, Michelle, and the rest of the family over the past few years. Since then, Jill has given up some modesty and her parents' stringent rules in favor of a more lazier lifestyle. This past June, Derek talked exclusively to the son about their separation from the rest of the family, claiming that Jim Bob forbade them from going to the house unless he was there. The father of two said, I think he's really concerned about the influence we might have on his children. Stay tuned with Gossip Time. Thank you for your support. Goodbye.